Uncle Hamish a sexy boy?
And welcome to the
Guy Weapon Guy
YouTube channel.
Hello everyone. My goodness, it's been a long time, hasn't it? About 19 months or so, I'm told. Time doesn't really exist the same way in heaven as it does on earth. But regardless, I have returned, and I have answered the Hovis signal from Guy. Now, last time, we finished on, what was it, Guy? 113? Yes, that's right. God, he really is a liar. Anyway, yes, 113. So we'll start on line 114 and go from there. 114. Said that for a video he wanted people to put pictures of his head in weird places. Said that the best tweeted pictures would go in a video, but this never happened. 115. The name of his sister's partner. 116. Said that he hates people pushing and shoving him in airports, yet by his own admission he barged out of the plane despite being told by cabin crew to wait for business class to disembark first. 117. Said that he was fighting fit when challenging KSI to a boxing match. Yeah, no. 118. Claimed to have been mistaken for someone in their 30s. You can absolutely fuck right off with that drivel, nephew. That has not happened in at least 15 years and you're only 43. Here's what you look like at 43, nephew, and here's what I looked like at 52. Delusional nutcase. 119. Broke his promise to his father that he'd never watch Never Say Never again. Guess it's not only me that he stabs in the back. Occurred during 72 hours sleep deprivation challenge. 120. Said he'd do a sleep stream after he came back from India. He then proceeded to avoid it at all cost. 121. When he grew out his beard and it suddenly changed color to completely brown, he insisted on the streams that it wasn't dyed. He later made a video confessing it was indeed dyed. 122. During the New Year's Eve stream, a video of him rage quitting San Andreas was played where he shouted into the mic. He then tried to claim that it was generated by artificial intelligence. 123. Frequently lies and contradicts himself about why he suddenly turned on me, as in Hamish. He's gone from saying that I'm firmly burning in hell, to saying that he doesn't hate me and that the situation is too complicated for us to understand, typical condescending behavior from the arrogant bastard, and now finally has praised aspects of my character. 124. During the New Year's stream, he claimed that, at 42 years old, he could play football professionally at the top level. 125. Said during the New Year's stream that he'll still be working for another 40 to 50 years. Yeah, no. You're not retiring at 90, deluded as usual. 126. Said that the cruise vlog would be out tomorrow. This was posted on the New Year and as such would mean the vlog would be out Tuesday. The old man failed this commitment and tried to sneakily gaslight his viewers by subtly editing the community post so that it now said it would be out Wednesday. 127. Said that his San Andreas rage quit on the 2nd of December where he turned his face cam off and shouted into the mic was artificially generated. No, it wasn't, Cal. Stupid old fool. 128. As compensation for the shambles that the 3rd of January 2024 stream was, Cal said that he would unprivate the urine vlog from 11:11 p.m. to 12 p.m. He did not release it at the previously promised time. Although I guess that's the best we're getting out of a man of his questionable morals is a partly fulfilled promise. 129. On the January 5th stream, Cal was exceptionally bitter about the woman on the cruise who chose someone else and claimed that he was filming her for his own protection. I know he's meant to be an alpha and I know he's saying bullshit, but give me a moment. He then said in a stroppy outburst that he had the audio of this woman making a fool of herself and said that he would show it on stream. Several minutes later he ended the stream and did not show it. 130. During the same stream on the 5th he claimed that it was because of his high standards that he didn't get with her. This is completely disproven by how giddy he was during the vlog when he thought he had a chance, and also the fact that several times before, during and after the India vlog, he's made a point of, in his words, expanding his horizons when it comes to women, which he has said also includes him lowering his standards as well as diversifying them. 131. During the 6th of January stream, he not only claimed that he said that during the 5th of January that he'd play the audio tomorrow. He did not. He said he'd do it during that stream, but okay. But during the actual stream on the 6th, he claims that he will play the audio at the end of the stream. He obviously didn't do that. 132. During the stream on the 6th of October 2020, he said that he would be doing a challenge living on bread and water. 133. Said he was going to do a video where he tried fake tan for the first time. He obviously couldn't call his finger out to do it. 134. Said he was going to have a bath in guacamole and eat his way out. 135. Said that his next video would be on the process of going viral and the mail that he received in the process. 136. Promised that Prince Andrew distrack months ago and still hasn't done it to a proper standard. The best we got was him playing it on stream with no video, and by his own admission the audio wasn't balanced properly. 137. Promised the Philip Schofield distrack months ago and still hasn't done it. 138. Lied by saying that he's admitted to having hair loss for years when he had done no such thing. In fact, the lying has gotten to such an extent that he's contradicted his original lying and coping by now lying the opposite of his original lie and making out that he's always accepted his hair loss and acting as if he's always been genuine and transparent with the hair loss. 139. Says that he moves with massive amounts of speed and grace whilst being the most gangly, lumbering, clumsy oaf that there's ever been. 140. Said that he's not a Minecrafter, eventually ended up playing it on stream numerous times and even had his own server. 141. Said that he'd upload a full-length video of YouTubers' adult movies to the hub in response to when he was on the hub so that he wouldn't be the only YouTuber on there. This never happened. This is made even worse by the fact that he double-bottled it because he also took down the YouTuber's adult movie audition takes video, which was based on laying the groundwork for this idea. 142. Said during the Chiang Mai live stream that Eddie isn't in the videos anymore because he isn't old enough to decide whether or not he wanted to be involved. And then says in the very next sentence that Eddie asks to be in the videos pretty often. So Eddie's clearly made his choice, hasn't he? Old man's hiding behind excuses yet again. Obviously now we know why. 143. Never did the 7-day prison isolation challenge. 144. Said the most illogical and bullshit reasoning that I've ever heard in my life regarding why he took down the YouTube short where he was in a Thailand dispensary cafe. The canny coping kind of dispensary, to paraphrase my nephew himself. It's got nothing to do with the watershed and you're an idiot for pretending it has. This was confirmed some time later during a Reddit video where he admitted he actually deleted it because he was paranoid. This is the type of insane behavior that you come to expect from these junkies. 145. Claimed he was the average age to have children, despite being more than 8 years older than the national average. 146. Never finished his My Life Story in Pictures series, and has flopped between making it private and public for some reason. 147. Has implied numerous times that Uncle Hamish was a sympathizer if not a flat-out member of a certain very right-wing group that was in power during the 1940s. This is heavily contradicted by the fact Callum has said that Uncle Hamish was a great lover of Oriental women, which would clash heavily with that group's belief of the Aryan race being the superior racial group which is entitled to rule the rest of humanity and the viewing of different races as inferior. Therefore it stands to reason that if Hamish was these things, he wouldn't be such a public lover of Oriental women as that would go against the Aryan belief that group promoted. especially if he was allegedly that big of a sympathizer that he kept memorabilia decades after they lost power, as the old man claims, doesn't really fall in line with a die-hard sympathizer to disregard such a large part of that group's ideology, does it? My nephew, unsurprisingly, is making up lies to try and justify his own canny coper behavior by trying to make himself the lesser of two evils, when the only evil here is his repugnant behavior. He has since admitted on stream, and I quote, Hamish was not a fucking Nazi, which we all knew already because my nephew is a liar who lacks the spine to slag off the living, but it's nice to have conclusive proof, which Guy Weapons Heavy has selflessly provided on his channel. 148. Said during the first set of Thailand vlogs that he would show the inside of a 7-Eleven. This never ended up happening during that first Tory holiday. 149. When he was on his Thailand holiday, he made a Reddit post asking whether he should vlog a skirmish that was happening between a portion of the Thai and Filipino transgenders that was happening that night. The response was a resounding yes, and the old man of course didn't do it. 150. Claimed to have gone to school in the north when he was actually in the Isle of Wight. 151. Did a live stream from his hotel room when he was in Thailand, where he'd bought a packet of insects and a packet of snake, which we were all led to believe would involve him actually eating it, but he never did. 151. This is not in reference to when he pathetically gags on some insects during the Thailand vlog. This is a separate incident which the old man dropped the ball on, and allegedly even admitted to leaving the food packets in the hotel, which wouldn't surprise me in the least. 152. Has denied allegations of favoritism on stream. There's so much evidence to the contrary, and anybody who isn't part of the Canny Coper clique has no problem admitting that. I can feel the bias all the way from heaven. I dread to think how obvious it is down on earth. 153. When the old man said he wasn't going to do any more donation streams for the foreseeable, yet 2 days later, the very next stream was a donation stream. And let's just say since then practically nothing changed. Money really does talk for these canny copers. 154. During the live from Phuket at night, live stream on YouTube, the old man said, and I quote, "I've got one video ready to go. I'll put that up tomorrow." 2 days later, no such thing had happened. 155. Towards the end of the self-defense against women video, the old man said he'd make an instructional video tomorrow on nutrition. This never happened. 156. Lied about when he banned Guy Weapons Heavy's Greg expose and also gave a canny coper downright lie reason for doing so. He banned it because it is true, and myself, Guy and my lying nephew all know it, and we all know that we all know it. 157. Didn't upload the final vlog of the second Thailand holiday for 92 years despite saying on the first day he'd upload it that night. Bone bloody idol. 158. Still hasn't done the 10,000 calories in a single day challenge despite saying in 2021 that would be his next challenge. 159. Gone on about wanting to go to Scotland for years, still hasn't done it, the lazy sod. 160. Tried to get away with saying that his second drinking challenge in Thailand wasn't a challenge video and wasn't a travel video. 161. Tried to lie by saying that he'd criticized Islam when confronted by the idea that he'd been virtue signaling for Islam. That wasn't true at all. He had been excusing them with some insane theory that lack of bacon causes extreme behavior. 162. Attempted to insult Stephen Tries by saying he drinks herbal tea, in a shocking twist that no one saw coming. A certain liar was found to have herbal tea in his home. He then came up with some insane mental gymnastics to try and wiggle out of it. Apparently if you only have some herbal tea in regular tea, that's alright. In that case I better put some crack cocaine in my sugar, as it doesn't count as taking drugs. 163. Never did the non-sting video with him using a female filter on his webcam despite saying that he would. 164. Didn't release the meme review even remotely close to New Year's Day despite saying it would be out then. 165. Said he doesn't have a lazy bone in his body. A baffling lack of self-awareness. 166. Claimed that weekly vlogs would be returning. More than a week after that announcement, not a single video had been released. 167. Stated in a Reddit post that the first vlog would be up Monday. It was in fact not up Monday. 168. Said whilst on his 4th Thailand holiday that he's been clean living. In that same vlog he also said he was drinking alcohol regularly. 169. Said he wasn't delusional. Christ, you really are deep in your own little bubble, aren't you? 170. Said that he never forgets a face, yet has mistaken a stranger on the street for a co-worker. 171. Said that shoving hard-boiled eggs up a teenager's ass without their consent wasn't sexual assault or abuse. Yes, you heard that correctly. 172. Never did the entire KSI diss track, despite reaching the like goal. 173. Said that someone has to enjoy it for it to be sexual assault, mental as usual. 174. Implied that he was the one who created the word spasmoid as an alternative of spastic. 175. Never did that cooking stream when he came back from his retirement that lasted all of 92 seconds. 176. Said that he would never pander, has done it multiple times. 177. Said that he doesn't enjoy blowjobs, with there being evidence from his own mouth to the contrary. 178. Claimed that he is always right in the end. There are many examples disproving this. 179. Has flip-flopped between calling the Adams cake a cheesecake and denying that it's a cheesecake. 180. Claimed that the reason he doesn't shave his pubic hair is because that's not how a man behaves. Not only stupid, but massively insecure. That's my nephew, all right. I truly couldn't be prouder. 181. Has shaved his pubic hair several times and even accepted a Manscaped sponsor despite that apparently not being something that he does or that men should do. Taking a sponsorship for something you apparently don't believe in. Classy as always, nephew. 182. Portrays himself as being no nonsense and all that, but feigned ignorance on child marriage and tried to obfuscate the obvious moral issues with moral relativism. 183. Implied that he never talked about the Prophet Muhammad. 184. Reacted to the idea of him criticizing Muhammad negatively, which is quite strange, considering he called Muhammad's behavior nonsense whilst trying to sugarcoat it, but there you go. 185. Ignored when his narrative of never talking about Muhammad was disproved, but somehow he could hear again magically when the video explicitly stated it was moving on from that, as he then responded to that portion directly without mentioning being debunked. And unfortunately seemed to have contracted cataracts because he couldn't see any of the numerous messages in chat pointing this out to him. I don't know how much more of my nephew's disgraceful behavior I could stand to hear. Guy himself has expressed the opinion that there's more that he doesn't know about, but because he is only one man against the tide of horribleness, he cannot be everywhere at once. It is a very admirable crusade, I must say. The Lord of Hovis would not say such things about himself because he's not an egotist like my nephew, but I will, because my judgment is pure and divine.
There we go. I rest my case. I rest my case.
And all that.